Modern Warfare 22. That's what I've been calling it, to make it clear that I'm not talking about the original one. This is the 22 version, and I just think it's the best name for it. I didn't pre-order the game, I don't have a PlayStation anymore either, so I had to wait until this last weekend to play it, and I have to admit I was excited. After how much I enjoy Modern Warfare 2019 now and all the criticism that the game had at launch, my dumbass held out hope that maybe, just maybe, Infinity Ward would take the main things and fix them, like the radar, like the lobby disbanding, like Dead Silence being a field upgrade. But these motherfuckers must have a stick up their arse all the live long day, because they just straight up refuse to change anything. Now, I've played Modern Warfare 2019 enough to actually get used to these things. I feel like the map design was good enough to not need dots on the minimap. I feel like I don't care about the game enough to actually be bothered by getting fisted by skill-based matchmaking. And I personally enjoy Dead Silence as a field upgrade solely because it gives you a speed boost, and I love fast-paced gameplay, and it's what I always will love. If you enjoyed this beta, then I'm genuinely happy for you. I've always mainly been interested in zombies when it comes to COD, but I'm always looking out for a great multiplayer game anyway. Third-person mode is an amazing thing to see, even if 90% of players are just round corners shoulder peeking, including me.
Alright, I can see my target. Let me just wait a second longer so I can get the jump on him and...
Suck your mom! I'm looking at this game as a gamer, not my experience. Skill-based matchmaking could never exist, everyone could be shit but me, but if the game ended up just not being enjoyable in the first place, these would mean nothing. I have one big complaint over everything. Why the fuck does this screen have to flicker every single fucking time after every single fucking game, every time I open the fucking pause menu? Joking, it's not that deep. And my second main complaint is... they overcomplicated things way more than they needed to. I'm talking about like some TikTok bitches trying to overcomplicate the world by convincing kids they are some polymorphic Neutraltron 5000 transvolving Ellie normal gender or whatever the fuck they want to believe that will make them different enough. This menu was so confusing, I genuinely struggled to find the fucking game, and it only gets worse. Searching for friends took the fucking piss. I had to get used to trying to find my friends and trying to figure out how to join and invite them. That should never be a fucking thing. These stupid fucking challenges just block the lobby list as well, so I can't even see who's in the game. I have to go on a fucking treasure hunt just to check who's in the party. It's just, why do they do this? They just change things around and it's just stupid. It comes up with an invite, but it doesn't even tell me how to accept it. It just makes you wonder, why bother changing so much about the menu, especially when it doesn't even make anything better? Of course, this ain't got much to do with the actual game, but it's just an example of the developers trying to innovate or be different just for the sake of being different. The gunsmith I never fully understood either. You don't unlock guns anymore simply by just ranking up, but by ranking up specific weapons to unlock a certain one. Ranking the M4 won't unlock the Hurricane. Maybe it will eventually, I actually have no idea. When you mess with something that you basically just perfected in your previous game, it gives me reason to worry. How far will the developers go just to fix things that aren't broken in the first place? I feel that was the reason BO4 Zombies was Treyarch's worst one. Not counting Vanguard, because I always say it never should have existed. Even the perks were messed around with. You spawn with 2 perks from the start and earn the rest in the game. One standard like Sleight of Hand, which was the only perk I'd choose, and then an ultimate one, something a lot more useful and one that would usually be chosen by fucking virgins. It's not a change that actually bothers me though, because it still works, but again, why? If it's because they feel that each COD has to be significantly different from the previous one, just blame the fucking year of the release for that then. Every so many games, COD has an evolution that just feels like an amazing idea, but in between it's just a bunch of other ideas that just end up making things worse or just not make anything better. The gunplay I won't speak on too much. I feel like I didn't unlock enough customization for weapons to make them play how I would like, but someone answer me. Why the fuck do they need so many different lasers? Like legit, this feels like more lasers than people who play this shit. The streaks are basically the same as Modern Warfare. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but the chopper gunner can't actually move, which just doesn't feel right. And also, that's the only big streak I unlocked, so that's the only one I can talk on. The maps in the game were definitely well made, except for Museum being the outlier for just being too big. I feel like it was just clearly the worst one. And apparently a lot of maps will be remastered, so I can't say I'm worried about the map design. And because of this, it doesn't actually fully bother me that there's no normal radar, even though, you know, it would just make everyone happy if these cunts just, you know, made the radar how it's been for the last god God knows how many years because it's just something that doesn't need fucking changing. But the only thing that really pisses me off about the radar is the fucking reasoning for it. You don't want to punish people for shooting a gun, but that's just stupid. You might as well remove silencers altogether. It pissed me off in Modern Warfare though, because that game had maps with a million camping spots and people had more incentive than ever to never move. There were other jarring changes made though as well. You can't cancel your reload animation. It has to fully play out. And if you try to cancel it, it just pauses for a second and then after that it will continue to finish the animation. Again, why? That just hurts the flow and pacing for some people's games and it doesn't fix anything, it just makes shit worse. Like, dying from reloading has always been bullshit, but at least half the time you could try and prevent it by reload cancelling mid-gunfight unless you was out of ammo. But I guess Infinity Ward this time round were just like, nah, that'd be making things too easy. With any sequel for a game, the goal should be trying to improve the experience for players from the last, and I think the original Modern Warfare trilogy did that perfectly, and I feel all the Black Ops games did that perfectly for zombies, except for Black Ops 4. They also got rid of slide cancelling. In fact, they basically just said fuck you to the slide because that shit is pathetic now. And the dolphin dive is great and I feel there's the more viable option over two if you're trying to rush someone around a corner, but it takes too long to pull a weapon out again, and maybe that's only an issue because the time to kill is so fast. I don't feel like it's any faster than Modern Warfare, but if one thing is likely to change for the final game, it would be that. Last thing I'll say is about the skill-based matchmaking. Yes, it's fucking annoying to do well for a bit, think you're the bollocks, but then get slapped around 5 games in a row, and I made a rant about this shit not too long ago now, but I feel like I've come to a realization. The problem is the lobbies disbanding and not the skill-based matchmaking. You'll never stay in the same lobby, you'll eventually find a nice easy one, but if they never disbanded, you could keep that lobby for as long as you want. And skill-based matchmaking has more or less been a thing for a while, but when lobbies didn't disappear, it wasn't really noticeable. But anyway, I feel like I've said all I need to. I only got about a day and a half to actually play this game. There isn't many bugs to bitch about, and I also feel like I didn't have enough on the gunplay to talk about that. But I will say, I don't think this will be a bad game or a great one. To me, it was good, but only good. I feel a few more changes could make it the most perfect COD game in history, and just thinking about that kind of pisses me off, but I can't be asked to hold that hope for that anymore. If you're excited for this game, or you think it's shit, then please let me know. This was just my opinion, and I've always liked hearing others, so long as they aren't retarded. But that's all for now. Leave a like, subscribe, don't be racist, I love you all, we have fun here, cheers lads, and until the next time, have a good one.